focused and experienced managers. We are talking about Carlo Ancelotti for Everton. Then, of course, for Manchester City, it is Pep Guardiola. Manchester City trying to go for a quadruple. Can it happen in the Premier League? They seem to have wrapped it up, and it's a matter of time before they are announced. They still have the FA Cup, so much to run for, and it's a matter of time. This evening, we'll get to know who's making it through. Coming to you live at exactly 8:30 p.m. later on in the evening. Kennedy, before we went for the break, the question was very simple. In the yesteryears, we had a very vibrant KECOSO where all the big names would be there because everyone worked for parastatal. Solo Tieno for railways, Fundi, breakdance, Omolo for KPA. Then, of course, Poster then was a force to reckon with. What was the difference between then and now? So much has changed. Do you think we can get back to the yesteryears?
Yes, we can get back. Two things actually occurred. The parastatal stopped employing. They are now putting the players on contract. The second scenario is the federation, the national federation. They dropped the guard. They dropped the guard in management, and what came out of it was squabbles and fight for positions. This, for sure, as an athlete, I'll tell you, it does affect that performance and athletes in general. So if we leave sports for genuinely concerned people to administer that, definitely we'll have even a better team now. But those two, when the parastatal stop employing sportsmen and put some, being a player, you can only play for a period of time. So that affected the mood of players in that country now. But if you can change that and go to the old methods, we'll have the best, better than the yesteryears, because I believe the talents are there.
The talents are there, Kennedy, Mr. Ochieng, as we look at some of past editions of KECOSO. The talent is there, and all we need to do is put aside our self-interest and ensure that we do it for the sake of the sport. Let me come back to Mr. Miano. We are now looking at a situation where it looks like the stage is set and the die has been cast, 20th to 28th of August. In Kericho it is. Yes. Do we have any sponsors who showed willingness to be part of this? And I mean, what else can we expect now that we are set? Do we have any sponsorships?
First of all, our #1 sponsors are the member organizations, because they actually pay to participate in KECOSO games, as yourselves, KBC, and other member organizations. And second of all, we've had sponsorships from various organizations that we hope that this year they will come back and support us. From the likes of Minet Insurance and Grain Bulk handlers, we've worked very well with them. So we are hoping also this year we'll have them and even more coming in.
Very good to hear that. Member affiliates are part of this, and of course KBC. When I talk about this, we are as KBC very good when it comes to indoor games, and that's always known to be our forte. I don't know whether we need to bring in Kennedy to teach us more about athletics and stuff, so that we get better. But Mr. Ochieng, we are looking at athletics as one of the most loved sports in the country, and a lot needs to be done. Last edition, we saw very strong names coming up. Of course, Mary Mora being part of this. Very, very strong names coming out. Are we likely to see, very, very big names coming out of this again this time around? Because athletics is one of the most loved sports in the country.
Yes, we've, can I use the word invented a few?
Please.
We are going to have quite an interesting competition. We decided not to go for squabbles and wrangles of positions and to invent athletes to become athletes. That's why when you come to KECOSO, and I'm happy to report, we've done several dope testing on athletes, and the result so far has been 0. That's a plus. As opposed to an event where you go and 2-3 athletes doped for selfish interest, actually. It actually gives a bad picture. So we are happy as KECOSO family. The sports is hygienic, it is clean, it is personal effort and highly competitive, and we wish to continue on that angle. I would invite you to come to Kericho on the last day you will see a very fierce new competition and a new entrance to athletics. Before now, they transcend to the national level. From there, the national federation will take charge of them. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting, and we'll be booking dates to just get to know these interesting games that Mr. Ochieng is talking about. Before I come back to Mr. Miano, you know, for Ochieng, still, Mr. Ochieng, paint for us this picture. You are, you know, an athlete. Are we likely to see you also in the track running again? If your yesteryears was anything to go by, is there any chance that we might see you in one of these invented or very interesting ones that you're talking about?
Yes, I ran a relay in Kisii, but I was not good enough. So we only have a relay for the veterans now, and our CEOs and any other person who is interested, because we want it to be exclusive as we can. And that gives everybody, even you, a chance to come, and because KECOSO is about participation. We have two segments: the professional people whom we want to export to the international world, and us who would want to remember their yesteryears by running. So we invite you for a relay. KBC can give us a relay. You have quite a team, and even athletics, I remember one person came third. I can't remember her name, but she was a lady. She did very well because she was running with the likes of Mora and the other lady from Posta, and she came third. That's very encouraging. So we will know how to fix her to beat these old people before in KECOSO, so that the people who can now export her outside to go and compete will be welcomed.
Interesting indeed. As you talk about your yesteryears, Ochieng, what was your best time during those heydays when you were in the track and you know, looking at some of your best races? What was your best time in 400 meters?
My best time was 44:21.
44:21.
Yes, and I came third. It was during 1996 Olympic Games trial. I was happy though that I did a personal best, but I was sad for one person who was called Joseph Magut. He came 8th and really wanted to go to Olympic Games with 44:89. So he ran a personal best of 44:89. It was number 8. The Olympic slot is only for 3 people and really additional 2. So I was happy that I made the team. Gitonga won. I think he did 44:18, followed by Samson Kitur, 44:20. I came third, 44:21. I was happy that I did a PB, personal best, but I was sad for my friend Magut Joseph because he did 44:89 and he was still 8th, so he didn't make the Olympic Games.
I mean, interesting, because it's always argued that Kenyan trials at times are more difficult than even the championship or the Olympic Games out there, based on you know, the rivalry and based on the current new crop of players and athletes that come up by the day. Mr. Miano, we are now looking at 20th to 28th as the date that has been set for this. Yes. Have you sent invites for the members, and do we have any confirmations so far in terms of you know, participation of this year's or this edition of KECOSO?
Yes, actually, we basically what happens is every year we organize the games as member organizations. So we have representation from each member organization, be it KBC, be it KCAA, be it Posta or KPA, and we have meetings every month accumulating into the month which we are hosting the games. So basically invitations have already gone out to these organizations, and they've been sending representatives to these meetings that we hold every month in that county that we're holding the games. The other thing I need to mention that KECOSO is basically usually held in a different county in a different year. So like now this year we are holding it in Kericho. So we are also very grateful because we are getting a lot of support from the county government, who are the governor there is also a sports enthusiast, and even he's thinking of putting a team together to also just join in the celebrations and the games.
Interesting indeed, because the last edition in Kisii was well organized. I remember KBC, we took part as well, and interesting to note that even these meetings, representatives come up, which is already a clear sign that representation will be there come the days. Mr. Ochieng, as we send out this and as athletes come, have you shared with them the kind of games that they need to prepare on in terms of athletics, or it's just basically as an athlete you should always be ready in your different specialities? If you are a sprinter, you are a 800 meters middle distance runner, you just concentrate on your on your discipline and get it the best, or you are sharing with them some of the tips on what to do?
Yes, the ultimate prize is to win Olympic gold medal or World Championships medal in your specialty. As you prepare for your specialty, it's not bad to try other events, but it is good to be competent on what you are good at. So my appeal to them, because it is good to have Olympic medal, it's good to have World Championships medal. So as we focus from KECOSO, because we choose to prepare athletes from the grassroots, that is where it is done from. As they prepare from the grassroots, we talk to them that the ultimate prize is this thing here. So that's what we do. It is prestigious to win Olympic Games, to win All Africa Games, to win Commonwealth Games. It is good to be in a top 3 podium. Actually, it is a point whereby you feel you are satisfied that what you are doing is in the correct course. But as you do that, I will also take this opportunity to appeal to athletes not to follow shortcuts. On doping. Doping is giving us a very bad name. Yes.
Mr. Ochieng, you've mentioned a very big concern in the country, because it's bad to always be associated with a negative publicity, more so doping that has really been a thorn in Kenya athletics flesh, where many at times suspect our win, which is not the best. You are an athlete, and the Swahili say asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani, and discipline was part of it. 1987, John Anzra, you, Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, Samson Kitur, David Kitur, 4x4, 400 meters final at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, when it looked like it was clear gold for Kenya. Little did Kenya know that one Nigerian in Innocent Ebunike had other things in mind. How did it feel when you thought you had it, only to be snatched in the last the last 150 meters, because that's where Kitur could not just match Innocent Ebunike when he had everything to go by, after you guys had already built and prepared the pace?
As sportsmen, we are contrary to politicians. We accept defeat and plan from there. In fact, in sports, defeat gives you more encouragement than success. When you are defeated and you know you would have won, that gives you a reason to wake up every morning and show your case that actually I won or I lost that day because it was not my day. I remember after that, the same David Kitur had a competition with Bonnike, that was Zurich, and David won. So it is, and they shook hands. We are not like politicians where there's hate speech, all these things. No, we are just sportsmen. You win today, that's beautiful, you have your day today, I'll have mine tomorrow. That's why I told you from the start of this show that it is bad to harbor a revenge against anybody.
I remember you mentioned that revenge should never be part of your ingredients in anything that you do. But from what I'm picking from Mr. Ochieng is, as an athlete, when you lose a game, you lose a race, it always pushes you to always yearn for the next opportunity that you can showcase your prowess. But key is to remain focused on what you want to achieve, which is a very good lesson. I'll find out from Mr. Ochieng if the current crop of players we are looking at currently, Mark Otieno being the man to watch out in sprints in the country, have what it takes going forward, and where Athletics Kenya probably went wrong in terms of not picking up from them. Mr. Miano, we have an opportunity right now, with the resumption of sports in the country. As we do this, have we consulted the Ministry of Health? Are they part of these discussions, or how is it? Have we gotten clearance from the ministry that is involved with sports, and have we been given a green light, for the 20th to 28th edition of KECOSO?
First thing first, something that I need also to bring out is that the Ministry of Sports is also part of us, part of the KECOSO family, and so we are working very closely also with the Ministry of Health, and also we are also observing how this COVID-19 goes, and what comes out of it towards August this year. So we are hoping also by the time August is reaching, the curve will have come down, and also probably will have lessened the protocols. However, we are going on with preparations as if we will be having the same situation that we have right now.
Failing to plan is planning to fail. So ideally, you have a plan in place, and you are optimistic whether the trend changes or not. You are working with the worst case scenario, which means you are more careful in terms of your plans and ensuring that everything runs smoothly.
Exactly.
Well, that's the best way to always manage and look forward of anything. Working with the worst case scenario means you leave no stone unturned. You scratch every surface. You cross every T's and dot every I, which is the critical thing in terms of preparation. Mr. Ochieng, as an athletic, coming from an athletic background and one of the best sprinters in this country in the yesteryears. Sorry, I will still focus on athletics because that's your domain. We have a new crop of players. Mark Otieno seems to be the man that Kenya is looking at the moment. From the ladies' side, we are looking at the likes of Kedogo and the rest. Do you think that Kenya can get back to the yesteryears standards where you and your team would do, sub 3 minute in 4x4 relays? 250s was a very, very big, mark in terms of timing that not many can achieve at the moment. Where do you think Kenya went wrong?
Actually, it is the federation from the initial stage. In life, there's something called SWOT analysis. You need to see where strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and threats are, and opportunities.
All right, as we wind up this, thank you very much, Mr. Ochieng. As the Publicity and Marketing Committee member, you have the final word in 30 seconds. Kenyans are watching, members are watching. What message would you give them?
The message that I'll probably give is, please give us support. Follow us on online. The hashtag is KECOSO 2021, and we're going to make you enjoy the games. The games are free for the guys who will be in Kericho in August. So please give us support. Yeah.
Give us support is the message. Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, Athletics Technical Director, KECOSO Games, and Elijah Miano, Publicity and Marketing Committee Member, KECOSO Games. Wishing you all the best, gentlemen, as you prepare for this year's edition that has been slated for the 20th to the 28th of August. At that point, we wrap up the show, but remember, at 8:30 p.m., it will be Everton taking on Manchester City, and it will be live on KBC Channel 1. On behalf of everyone who's been behind this transmission, the camera lady, the cameraman, the sound technicians, the producer, the director, we want to say thank you very much for having kept us company. As I always say, kuna na kesho ni majalio yake Mwenyezi Mungu. Please be safe and take care. Bye bye for now.